You pruned it last season, you waited, and it still gave you maybe half the blooms it should have. That's not bad luck. That's a hidden mistake built into the way most people prune this shrub. Here's the thing nobody talks about. The cut you make and where you make it actually controls how many flowers your bottle brush produces next season. And there are 2 moves done in the right order, on the right spot, that completely change the result. I'm going to show you exactly what those moves are and where to make them. But first, let me show you what's actually happening inside that branch when you prune it wrong. Most gardeners prune bottle brush the same way. They shear the outer tips after blooming, clean it up, and wait. And it works, kind of. You get some flowers, but you never get the explosion of red you know this shrub is actually capable of. Here's why. When you make a flat cut straight across a branch, 2 things happen that work against you. First, that flat surface holds water. It sits right on the wound. Over time, that moisture can invite rot and disease into the wood, especially in humid climates. Second, and this is the part nobody explains, the upper parts of every branch produce hormones that flow downward and suppress the buds below. The more growth the tips have, the stronger that suppression signal gets. Those buds are alive. They're right there under the bark. But that hormonal pressure keeps them switched off. Have you ever noticed that new growth only shoots from the very tips of your bottle brush, never from lower down on the branch? That's the suppression working against you. Every single time. The fix isn't more pruning. It's 2 specific moves in the right order on the right spot. Fruit tree growers use a technique called notching to force dormant buds awake on branches that would otherwise stay bare. I combine that with a proper angled pruning cut, and together, that's what I call the double bud slash. Here's what you do. Step 1. Find the node. Look along the branch for a small, raised bump in the bark. Sometimes it looks like a slight thickening where a leaf once attached. Sometimes a faint ring or scar. That's where a dormant bud sits. It's resting right now, waiting for a reason to push. One tip for beginners, run your fingernail lightly along the branch. You'll feel the bump before you see it clearly. Step 2. Make the angled cut. Position your blade just above that bud node and cut at a 45-degree angle. Not straight across, angled. Why does the angle matter? An angled cut sheds water off the wound surface. A flat cut lets water sit on it. Over time, especially in wetter climates, that sitting moisture can work against the plant. The angle also tends to heal more cleanly. Use a clean blade, wipe it with rubbing alcohol before you touch the plant. 1 swipe. That's all it takes to stop disease from entering through the cut. Step 3. The notch. This is the move that most gardeners have never heard of. Just below that bud node, not above, below. Use the tip of your blade to make 1 tiny, shallow scratch in the bark. Shallow means this: you're cutting only through the thin outer layer of bark. You stop the second you see lighter wood underneath. 1 light pass. That's it. That scratch does something important. By interrupting the bark just below the bud, you reduce the hormonal suppression flowing past that point. The branch tip no longer dominates the energy. It gets redirected into that dormant bud just below your cut. The bud wakes up, it starts pushing, and instead of a few thin flower spikes at the very tips, you get new growth from lower on the plant, and with it more blooms. That's the double bud slash. Angled cut above the node, shallow notch scratch below it. 2 moves, that's the whole thing. Now, I know what some of you are thinking. This sounds too simple, or too unusual. You've never heard anyone talk about this for bottle brush before. Here's the thing. This isn't a backyard experiment someone invented. Notching is a documented technique used by commercial fruit tree growers, the people who run apple and pear orchards at scale. They use it specifically to activate dormant buds on branches that would otherwise stay unproductive. The science behind it is called apical dominance. Apical just means the top, the upper parts of a branch, the growing tips. produce hormones that flow downward and suppress the lower buds. It's how the plant prioritizes tip growth over everything below. When you remove the tip with a proper angled cut, you reduce that dominance. When you add the notch scratch just below a specific bud, you reduce the hormonal suppression even further at that exact point. Most of the formal research on notching comes from fruit trees. But the underlying biology, apical dominance, is how woody plants work in general. Many gardeners have applied the same principle to ornamental shrubs like bottlebrush and seen real bud activity where there was none before. I'll be honest with you, the first time I tried this on a bottlebrush I thought I was being too rough on the plant. A few weeks later, I had bud activity on parts of the branch that had been bare for 2 seasons. That was enough for me. Now let's talk timing, because this matters depending on where you live. Bottlebrush is a warm climate shrub. It thrives outdoors year-round in zones 8 through 10. If that's you, do this right after your summer blooms fade. The plant is still warm, still active, and those dormant buds respond well when conditions are right. If you're in zones 3 through 7, some gardeners in these cooler regions grow bottlebrush as a potted plant that overwinters indoors. If that's your situation, your window is early spring, right when you first see the plant starting to push new growth. After its rest period, that's when the buds are most ready to respond. And here's something worth knowing. A bottlebrush that's had a proper rest indoors through winter sometimes responds faster to this technique than one that's been growing continuously through a warm season. The rest period builds up pressure in those dormant buds. When you release that suppression with the notch, there's a lot of stored energy waiting to move. Before you go out and try this, one thing: clean your blade first. Rubbing alcohol 1 wipe. That step protects the plant from bacteria and fungal spores that can enter through any cut. It takes 5 seconds, and it matters. The angled cut helps the wound shed water and seal more cleanly. That's good for the plant, and regardless of what climate you're in. And if your bottle brush looks rough right now, leggy, bare, not much happening, don't write it off. Those dormant bud nodes are still alive under that bark. The plant hasn't given up. It's just sitting under a hormonal suppression it can't break on its own. This technique gives it the break it needs. So here's all you need to remember. Find the dormant bud node, angled cut above it, shallow notch scratch below it. That's the double bud slash. Go find 1 branch today, just 1. Try it and watch what happens over the next few weeks. If you want to know exactly when your bottle brush is ready to push new growth after this cut, and what signs tell you the technique is working, that's what the next video covers. It's right there on your screen.